Hi, welcome to February WoodSong. So the last couple of months we've focused on, in December we thought about rest and how to have deep rest. In January it was about belonging. This month we're working with the theme of trust, which feels sort of complicated and important really at the moment. In some ways it's very challenging to feel any sense of trust and confidence in the future, you know, at a point of climate crisis and biodiversity crisis, ecological collapse. To have any sort of trust in the powers that be, the politicians and the policymakers, to actually do what's needed to get us through. It's hard to trust in them. It's hard to trust in other people. But equally, if we don't have any sense of hope and trust in the future, we've lost already, haven't we? Because then we give up and then we don't do the things that we need to do that will make a difference. So it's something I've been thinking about a lot. Last week I took myself off for a walk, often as I do when I have a problem, a conundrum to solve. I will try and walk it through, and often as not, by the time I get home, if I haven't got the answer, I've got some kind of sense of how I'm going to get to the answer. I feel better about it. So I took myself off and asked the forest, asked the trees to teach me something about trust. And actually on that really snowy, late January day, what they showed me was beautiful kind of acid yellow catkins and lovely pussy willow just bursting out of the buds with that tiny little bit of white frothy fuzz just poking through. There were woodpeckers drumming, preparing for the nesting season. There were a pair of robins sort of calling to each other, obviously a bonded pair because they weren't fighting each other to get out of the territory. So all these things gave me a sense of trust in the spring to come, despite the freezing cold snowy day. So we can learn, can't we, from Mother Nature? We can learn how to bear the unbearable in the way that Mother Nature does every day. And we're going to ask this February woodland to help us with that today. And also it's the 1st of February, so it's Imbolc. Imbolc is a Celtic fire festival. It's halfway between the winter solstice and the spring equinox, which feels like a really nice place to be. And it's a fire festival, so you might want to light a candle, light a fire, welcome back some warmth. So that's what we're going to be thinking about today. And the last thing to mention is that I read the dictionary definition of trust as well as part of my research, so I want to tell you that, so I've got it written down. It's a firm belief in the reliability, truth and ability of someone or something. A firm belief in the reliability, truth and ability of someone or something. So that's what we're going to do. As usual, I will turn the camera around so that you're seeing what I'm seeing. And then you can just get yourself settled down, turn off your phone, shut the door, try and make things as quiet as they can be for the next 20 minutes so that you can relax and enjoy being in this February woodland with me. So hopefully you've found somewhere now where you can sit comfortably and not be disturbed for 20 minutes or so. I will recommend that when we begin the meditation properly that you might want to close your eyes. It's much easier to connect with your inner world when you've got your eyes closed. It's your choice, obviously, if you want to have a look at the video occasionally, but the camera won't move, the video won't change very much. So I'm just going to share a few thoughts about trust. So you can use this time if you want just to make any last adjustments to make yourself just 1 or 2% more comfortable, so that you can remain still and not fidget about too much during the meditation. So trust. The dictionary, as we heard, described this trust as a firm belief in the reliability, truth or ability of someone or something. And as I've already mentioned, this trust in other people or other things can be a bit difficult, because we can't control the way that other people react or other people's emotions or behaviours. There's always a bit of risk and unpredictability involved in trusting others. So obviously the thing we can trust, or can control, is our own sense of trust in ourselves. Trusting ourselves to be able to cope or to be capable, and trusting our own integrity. So we can cultivate this firm reliance on our own integrity. You can do this. You can learn to trust your inner compass, and this will give you clarity and confidence in your choices. So it's not about knowing all the answers or being perfect at everything. It's just about trusting yourself to be really kind to yourself if you get it wrong, trusting that you'll learn from your mistakes, and then that will give you that confidence to listen to your inner compass and give you that clarity and confidence of choice. You'll feel confident to trust yourself to take the next step. Nature can help us, nature can show us the way, like it did with me on that snowy January day. So we're going to start today with the beginning of a meditation by T. Ambrose Desmond. And the full meditation can be found on the brilliant Plum Village website. So if you're interested and you want to find more, then head there after you've listened to this. But I think the words of this meditation will really help us to feel our interconnectedness with the natural world. And then after that, we'll just spend some time listening to the woodland as it is now at the beginning of February in this wood in West Yorkshire. So if you haven't already, now's the time to close your eyes and start to bring yourself into the woodland in your imagination. Touching the earth, I open myself to this beautiful planet and all the life that is here. With heart and mind open, I see that there is no separation between my body and the body of the earth. Every mineral in this flesh and bone has been soil and stone, and it will be again. Looking into one calcium molecule in my bone, I can see that it used to be part of the body of a green leaf. Before that, it was part of the living soil in a garden. Long before that, it was a shell in the sea. I see the continuation of this calcium molecule in so many forms, and now in my bone. I can see that the earth element in me will return to the soil and manifest as other forms of life in the future. I know that every drop of my blood has been the rain, rivers and ocean, and it will be again. I can see the life of a water molecule in my blood extending back to before the non-beginning. I can see the water I drink becoming part of my body. Looking back further, I can see that water has been part of every river and every ocean since the beginning of the earth. I can see that the hydrogen and oxygen that make up this water have been in existence long before the earth formed. Although my blood feels so much like a part of me, I know it will continue in many forms forever. The air that gives life to every cell in my body has lived in trees and other animals and in the vast sky, and it will again. I see the air element in me, the air that I can feel going in and out of my lungs, and the air that is carried throughout my body, keeping me alive. I know this air is part of the vast ocean of the atmosphere, moving in and out of all people, animals, plants and microorganisms. I see we are all breathing together. The warmth of my body is the warmth of the sun. I see the sun's warmth radiating through space to the earth and connecting with a green leaf. That leaf miraculously transforms the energy into sugar. And as I take that leaf into my body, I transform the sugar back into warmth. I can see the sun is alive in me. I can see clearly that the earth is not my environment, it is my body, and there is no separation. So, we're not separate. We're part of the natural world that knows how to change, how to transform and grow. We can trust this process. We can learn from the trees not to collapse into panic and fear of the future. We can set our sights on hope and have self-trust. This firm reliance on our own integrity that gives us clarity and direction. Picture yourself here with me now, surrounded by winter beech, oak, birch, hazel and pine. Feel yourself now rooted like the trees, strong and secure, grounded and supported by the earth. Feel the full height of your body up to your crown, reaching tall into the sky like the trees, up to the uppermost twigs. Gently scanning through the body with the awareness, feeling the life of the body. Softening the brow, easing any tightness around the eyes, between the eyes, the eyebrow centre. allowing the hands to rest in an easy way. Feeling the weight of the body supported by the earth. Releasing any tension or holding down through the body and feet into the ground. Feeling the earth as a field of aliveness, supporting and sustaining you. Supporting and sustaining the forest. Rooted and grounded like the trees. Feeling alert and calm. Like a great oak, witnessing the passage of time. Winter passing, trusting that the sun will return. Feeling the gentle rise and fall of your belly as you breathe. Like the air gently lifting the uppermost branches on the trees. Then releasing them in the out-breath. Sitting, being, breathing with the forest. Listening with your whole awareness. The wakeful stillness of the forest is here with you. Listening to the spaces between sounds. When you notice that you're no longer listening to the forest, when you're carried away by thoughts, then relax and open back to the feeling of being in the forest. Relaxing back. Softening the brow, relaxing the jaw. Feeling the body supported by the earth, welcoming yourself back to the forest. Perhaps to help you cultivate trust in yourself for the rest of today or tomorrow, you could choose one word as your guide, something that you can repeat as an affirmation. Perhaps, I am kindness or compassion. I am courageous. I am acceptance or willingness. I am capable. Or I am receptive or open. Or perhaps another word or phrase bubbles into your mind. Repeat it silently to yourself now 3 times. Then let go and believe. With heart and mind open, I see that there is no separation between my body and the body of the earth. I can see clearly that the earth is not my environment. It is my body. There is no separation.